definitely not a vlogger. What's up guys, Troy here. Just got done shooting a lesson video for Glorious Day for the Guitar for His Glory subscription, and I figured while I was doing that I'd show you guys my setup downstairs and what I use to shoot all the videos for you guys that like to nerd out with cameras and tech and all that stuff. Might be kind of fun for you to see, and I don't believe I've ever done that before. So let's head downstairs and I'll show you what I got. My wife played at the 9:30 gathering this morning, which is awesome, on Mother's Day. So cool. My wife is the bomb. So let's head downstairs. Alright, so we're in my basement right now. This is kind of where everything happens. Obviously this is where we play with kids. They have, it's basically their humongous toy box, which is totally cool with me. Lots of fun. There's my cat. Where'd she go? Her name is Sola. She's awesome. So here is the music room. So as you can see, I haven't even turned the lights off yet. Literally got done shooting the video. I thought, hey, it'd be kind of cool to show people around. So the way that I usually do this is right now I'm holding a Canon EOS M50, and I shoot that recently. I shoot that in 4K, edit it down in 1080p, so it's easier for my computer to handle with a wide-angle lens. So I have the mount for the Canon, which looks like this. Looks like that. And that allows me to mount a wide-angle lens on the Canon. Is that guy right there. So I usually mount that 10 to 18 lens on this camera. And this is a Canon T6i. And I use that for the B angle, the second kind of angle thing, if I want to do picking hand or what have you. Or obviously right now I'm using it to film the entire room. Basic lighting kit, which is just from Amazon. I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks. And actually, Brian Wall from Worship Tutorials, when I made my first video, I posted it on Facebook on like a secret worship guitar group or something that I was a part of at that time. And I'm like, hey guys, how do you like my first video? And it was probably laughable. It was terrible. If you want to laugh, watch like the first 3 or 4 videos I made, maybe even the first 10 or 20. I don't know. Come a long way since then for sure. But he helped me so much. He was like, man, video is all about lighting, and gave me a good tip there. So that was pretty cool. I love how selfless Brian has been with his information over the years. So really appreciate him. Shout out to Worship Tutorials and Brian Wall. So then I have a Paddleboard Angle 2, and that is set up with this right here, which is just it's a boom stand with, I bought like a ball adapter for it. You can get these at Sweetwater here, and they screw right into a camera. That's a Canon G7X Mark II. Use that to get the pedal board shot down there. And then I use a lamp back there for a little bit more light. I just put some LED light bulbs in there. And then above there, I took the cover off my light and put some really bright LED light bulbs in there. So that's pretty sweet. Really easy. The room itself is pretty bright. It's really echoey though. I plan on doing some treatment to it one day, but not right now. But it gives me plenty of light, which makes editing in post a lot easier. So let's kind of look at the music setup and what I have going on there. All right, so music stuff, you can see guitars all around. My PRS is in there. Here, let's take a look at this. So this is a closet full of fun stuff. Cleaning supplies for guitars, camera boxes, an Xbox. I took that away from my son because he got mad when I told him that it was time to stop playing, and we don't do that, so he hasn't had it for a year. Anyways, so just random pedal board boxes or pedal boxes, pedal board stuff, guitar cases, Spider-Man costumes for when I want to have an interesting night. And then in here is my Sump Pump, which never turns on because it's awesome. I live in a sub, and I'm at the very top part of the sub, which is sweet, so all the water runs down. But this is where I keep all the guitar boxes and stuff, so if I want to ship anything out. So that's the weird closet, and then over there is the Helix, which I plan to do some videos with soon. I use this tripod here as a stand-in when I want to do manual focus, which I always do manual focus, so I learned that the hard way the first few videos I made with new cameras. So I just use that as a stand-in to get the focus right. All right, so over here, if you've ever noticed, I sit on that when I am playing because I have lower back issues, and it helps keep my posture straight while I play. So if I'm playing for a couple hours, it doesn't hurt as bad when I'm done. So I kind of, like the cockpit here would look like this when I'm playing. So I kind of surround myself, lights, pedalboard camera, pedalboard, of course, and then this camera would sit there with the wide angle lens, and then the T6i over there would sit right here. So about right in front of this tripod in this area there. And then I'm close, right? I can turn and edit things, turn on the recording. Speaking of that, I don't actually think I stopped my recording from Glorious Day, so we'll see. Nope, there you go. It's still running. That's going to be a long song. We'll transition to that, right? I use Ableton. I got this product for free when I was a sales manager at Guitar Center like 10 years ago. And I started using it recently, like 2 years ago, I guess. And the code that I had for it still worked, which is awesome because it saved me some money and having to buy it. Yamaha HS5 speakers that I use when I don't want to be isolated from my family with headphones on and like in my own little cave. So I turn those on sometimes so they can just come in and hang out with me and I'm not all in my own world if I'm just kind of tinking around. And then the Kemper sits here so I have easy access to it to do adjustments and whatnot. And then I usually keep the extra pedal board or the Helix right there. If I want to do some tweaking on one of those, it's easier for me to do it up here because of my back issues than it is if I have it on the ground. It's much harder on my back. So then I have camera lenses laying around. I try to keep those covered and up here, but I didn't do a very good job with that today. My mixer is a Mackie 802 VLZ3, again about 10 years old. Power supply's bent back there, but it's still kicking. I run Kemper or Helix or whatever I have going on into that. And then I run audio from the Mac into that as well. And then the main outs go into the Scarlett 2i2. And then I use the headphone out to monitor everything. It's just the way that I like to do it. It's kind of unconventional, but it works really, really nicely for me. This is a Mr. Infrared heater. Since it's a basement, in the winter months, it's like 55 degrees down here. It's hard to make tutorials when my hands are freezing, and obviously my guitars and stuff, I want to try to keep them in a decent environment, so I have a humidifier over there too. So that's the music room. That's how I get everything done with Guitar for His Glory. Again, the cameras and the gear and kind of all the stuff behind the scenes. I don't do any kind of post-editing for the music, just so you know. So when I record a tutorial, all I do is level it. So if the track is too loud, I just take the level of the track down. If the guitar needs to be pumped up, I take the level of the track up. I don't do any EQing, any compression, nothing. There's nothing fancy. So what you hear is exactly what is going into the DAW or what the Ableton, basically the software I'm using. I'm not doctoring it at all. Now, obviously, post-production for the video itself, when it comes to colors and stuff like that, I try to make it look okay. I'm not great at adjusting colors in post or anything like that, which is why I try to focus on having really good lighting because it makes it easier. I used iMovie up until yesterday, and I actually bought Final Cut Pro. Wow, what a difference. Final Cut Pro is awesome. So if you are looking to make the jump from iMovie to Final Cut Pro and you know iMovie really well, the learning curve is like next to nothing. I was able to get really, really good results with Final Cut within about a half hour of switching over to it, which is sweet. And I used it to edit down Glorious Day, which I just uploaded to YouTube. All right, so that's the Guitar for His Glory basement studio, I guess. Kind of hodgepodge, but it gets the job done for me. It's what I've been able to use, and it's what I've been able to kind of be effective with as far as making videos and whatnot. If you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel yet, go ahead and do that. It'd be great to have you. Uploading videos all the time and have for a couple years now. I also have a website called GuitarforHISGLORY.com. There's a subscription service there where I offer like deep dive lessons. So the one I just got done recording is like a deep look into Glorious Day by Passion, explaining and unpacking all the parts and the tones and stuff. But in addition to that, there's also like lesson videos and technique videos, so different concepts and stuff, which I've uploaded a bunch of previews of those videos on YouTube if you want to check those out. There's also presets there that you can purchase for Strymon pedals, Helix, and the Kemper. So GuitarforHISGLORY.com, check that out if you haven't yet already. If you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate you subscribing. It'd be great to have you. So there it is, guys. See ya.